Have a story to tell? I believe you. Ghost, cryptids, the unknown. Let's talk about it. This is my GhostCast. Welcome back to Story 2 with our interview with Ricardo Ruiz, famous Southwestern artist. Some stories make you feel not so alone in this world, and this is one of those. So this next story is about UFOs. Hey guys, welcome back to GhostCast. We're talking in between. Man, we should probably record the middle sessions. Those are usually the most interesting because everybody can get into it and you kind of hear some backstories and we're like, man, we started talking about aliens. So Ricardo's got he's got some stories. I do too, but I want to hear his. He's a better storyteller than I am. I'm more of a prankster and jokester, but all right, Ricardo, it's all yours.
I'm an observer, man. I'm always looking. When this story takes place, like in 1979 in Madison, Wisconsin. I was a sophomore at school there and at the college, university there. And I had a roommate, a good friend of mine. He was actually from Corpus Christi as well, but he was a year ahead of me and he kind of recruited me and a few other guys to go to school to Madison. So one Saturday evening, you know, we're in our apartment, and we're just watching TV, and we put it on the public television station because they usually had a musical performance right on Saturday evenings. So we were watching, and it was a singer named Joan Armatrading. I'll never forget her name because of what happened. Because every time I think of Joan Armatrading, I think of aliens. And she's a British singer. Great singer. I recommend her, Joan Armatrading, and really enjoyed the show. And of course, we had a bong full of some of the best pot that I'd had in a while. And we're sitting there getting nice and stoned and watching Joan Armatrading sing. And then the show takes a break. Okay, we're gonna be out for 15-20 minutes. We'll be back with more Joan Armatrading. All right. So, I used to smoke cigarettes back in the day, so I went over to the window by the kitchen, and I opened the screen, and I'm just leaning out like this, smoking a cigarette, Marlboro, of course, because I'm a man. So I'm smoking a Marlboro. I'm looking out, and our apartment was a block away from the lake. There were 3 lakes in the city proper. I think this one was Lake Mendota, and so I'm sitting there watching Lake Mendota. All of a sudden, I see a light in the night sky. It's getting pretty close to midnight, but this light is moving around. I mean, in diagonal, all across the sky like this. And I mean, just as slow as it wants to, or as fast as it wants to, and straight lines, no curves. So it couldn't have been a helicopter. It wasn't making any noise. But at one point, and so I call my roommate. And I, come here. He comes out and he goes, what's up? I go, what the hell is that? And he goes, shit. And he starts turns around, starts turning off all the lights in the apartment. He don't want the aliens to take us, right? Because he knows it ain't right. So
yeah, there they are. Look, they have their lights on.
Turn off your cigarette, because So I turn off the cigarette and we're watching, and this thing stops right over the lake, and it was like 2 dishes on top, one up, facing each other, and there was a set of lights going around through the middle, just rotating like it was moving, and the lights were different colors. Blue, green, yellow, red, blue, green, yellow, red. And we're sitting there, we're just watching this. We're not even breathing, man, because this thing is so close. If I was an athlete, I could have thrown a rock at it, Luckily, I went. Anyway, So I'm sitting there, and the thing just hovered there for what felt like ever. I mean, it felt like it was there for 15, 20 minutes, just hovered over the lake, and then just stopped, just went straight up into the sky and disappeared into the night sky. Never made a sound. Me and my roommate were just, wow, we were just stunned. Absolutely, I could have said, oh, well, I was a little high, but no, my roommate was right there. He was seeing it with me. We were freaking out. Next day, we're asking everybody if they'd seen it. We're looking at the newspaper to see if anybody reported anything. Nothing. But I swear it happened.
Man, that's got to be intense. So you're right
Dude.
there, just staring out a window, and all this was over that lake.
Over the lake. It was crazy. It just zipped back and forth. The whole length and the breadth of the lake. And then when it stopped, I mean, it was clearly just sitting there over the lake. And then when it went, it just literally it didn't go like change and go up. It just went, and it was gone. We followed the light until it just so far it just disappeared.
That's crazy. That I mean, not as in like you're crazy. No, as in it's kind of neat for those people who've seen. I've seen two things that kind of I would say they match that. It just happened to be one of them was when I was in Corpus. I think I was like actually I take it back. There's one when I was like in 9th or 10th grade. We my family and I, you know how everybody goes to Joe Cotton's to go eat barbecue?
Oh yeah.
Over there in Robstown. So we had driven. Yeah. We were driving out there, and you know how you can drive along the train tracks at night, and you can see the sky pretty clear, right? Because not all the lights from Corpus aren't messing it up. And I remember on our way back, I always look into the sky. Something about me in the sky. I always like looking into the sky. And I'll get into that later. So, but I was looking in the sky, and I'm watching this thing move. And I'm like, I wonder if that's a plane. And then I'm like, at this night, I'm like, I don't see nothing blinking on it. I'm like, what is that? And I'm like, oh my, and all of a sudden, E.T. I'm like, Mom, oh my God, E.T.'s up there. Look, Mom. And they're like, that's loco. You're crazy. I'm like, no, I'm watching this thing's moving like that. And sure enough, it came out on the news that night where everybody's like, oh, doing that, but it was a satellite. But it was a satellite. And I'm like, okay, well. Okay, of course it is, and that's kind of cool. I saw a satellite, and I left that in my head. So, as I got older, we lived out that way. I guess the south side we lived kind of the outskirts, and it was a nice little suburb of Corpus, and we would go out there. And so what I would always do is I enjoyed running at night. So I would night run. So I'd have my Walkman in my hand, big old disc.
Yeah.
And I run listening to music, all angry in my youth, running. And after I do my run, I come and lay on my driveway. And I loved it. I was so hot, but I'd lay back and just lay on the driveway, stare into the sky, and just have this wonder. And sure enough, my ass got wandered. I wandered into the skies a little too long, and I was like, what the hell is that? I'm seeing this object go from one side of the horizon coming, and I'm like, that's super, super fast, and it's kind of, it's going in an angular direction. And then all of a sudden it goes
La madre,
super fast, and I'm like, oh shit, I just saw E.T. Wait, take me with you.
What that intent?
And I saw it.
They don't go that fast. They just don't accelerate.
I was like, there's no way that is something, because it went across slow enough for me to notice, but it went across the sky and about halfway, a little over halfway. Then it went, because it was doing this, and then it went at an angle, and it super fast, and it went, and I'm like, oh my God, I just saw alien shit. That was my,
Let me tell you a little alien thing. A couple of years ago, I was driving my sister back to her house. She lives in Pflugerville, right? And it's like a 3.5-hour drive. So we left at 9:00, and the whole drive. And she's one of my best friends. So the whole drive, we're talking, we're laughing, we're joking. We stop and get a drink at Choke Canyon, where they have a little store there. You know, as we're driving, as we're pulling up into her neighborhood, I said, "Well, we made it, sweetie," and she goes, "Yep." And I said, "What time is it?" She goes, 2:00. I go, 2:00? We've been on the road for 5 hours? How in the hell do you take 5 hours to go from Corpus to Pflugerville? And she goes, "Oh my God, you're right."
That's true.
What? I told her, as soon as we get inside, check your asshole. I think we were abducted.
Oh, shit. Yo, what's this paste? Oh, shit.
You know?
Is that Bucky's? Is that Bucky's?
You know, it's not a flashlight up there. That's a probe, honey. You know?
So, yeah, dude, Pflugerville shouldn't take that long from Corpus.
Take a look. But apparently, I drive really slow.
Is that, or you're like, hey, this is...
I guess I drive really slow, man, you know. Maybe
having a good time, man.
It didn't seem like it was 5 hours, but sure enough, man, 2:00, you know. and she didn't, by the way. She just didn't want to know. If she got abducted, you know, and they got an implant, let them have it, she said. So.
Wow. Dude, there are a lot of real crazy stories out there about those kind of abductions, too.
Yeah.
You know, where all of a sudden they're taking out eggs out of women. And I was like, ew. Me, I hope they give me clean calzones, you know.
If they took actual chicken eggs out of a woman, that'd be something. Now, that'd be an alien story right there, buddy, you know.
Oh,
you know,
my God.
Woman gets brought back, you know, dumped on her front yard, you know, she's laying eggs like a chicken. Holy smokes. What else could it be? Aliens.
Chicken legs and then start dancing. You know, oh, we're getting to the next story, you know.
Aliens. What else could it be? What else could it be? So my hair. What else could it be, Lisa?
There's the dude. You heard the age-old question where, oh my God, this one always gets me. Is like you ask the person a question, "Hey man, if you were an alien, would you tell me?" And then of course, you know you're an alien. Like, of course I tell you. Okay, you're an alien, man.
Did you tell me?
And humans would be like, "Nah, man, I wouldn't tell you, man." Human will tell you, "Nah, I wouldn't tell you." Alien being, "Of course I'll tell you. We're friends, right?"
The whole time he's smelling his finger, you know. I never trust that guy, you know. I never trust that guy, you know. Hey, E.T., that's enough of that, you know.
Yeah, go home, right?
Go home already.
All right, guys, we'll be going right back. Coming right back. Sorry, I'm all laughing. Well, I'll be right back for the next story. We're on here with artist and, you know, comedian at times, I can tell. Is Ricardo Ruiz. We'll be right back.